For those of you not watching on video, we are about 1.5 miles from our new home on the St. Paul side of the High Bridge. So you may hear a lot of traffic going by. And to add to the image you now carry, I am sitting on a giant green chair. Because I turned 50 last week, this episode is on birthdays, aging, and meaning. I'm Rachael Keefe, and this is Monday's Muse. Turning 50 is an odd thing. I don't feel 50. I remember when I thought 50 was old, like really old. Now it's not so very old at all. And I don't feel much different than I did at, say, 30. But it provokes, this turning 50 provokes conversation with people. How does it feel? Do you feel older? And I've had conversations with some folks who are considerably older than 50 in recent weeks. One of them said that she often wondered when she was younger what it would feel like to be old. And she was startled to realize that she doesn't feel any different. Her body does, for sure, but she doesn't feel different at all. She's the same person. And I thought, you know, that's true. I have to remind myself that I'm not 19 or 20 because inside I do feel the same. My body, not so much. Then I had another conversation with a friend who's over 90, and she was expressing frustration, mostly that she was no longer able to do the things she wanted to do. She was irritated by the limits of her body and expressed not feeling useful anymore. And she hated the fact that she needed to ask for help, even in opening a jar. And I've been thinking about this because we live in a society that values youth and usefulness. And we put a lot of meaning into being young and able. And it occurs to me that God doesn't see it that way at all. God sees us for who we are on the inside. What we think, how we treat one another, how we bring love and kindness and justice into the world. Our body's abilities don't really mean much to God, but they seem meaningful to us. And I think of my friend who express this feeling of uselessness, and I know how much she has done in her life, how many lives are changed because she lived. And I know how much people could benefit if she would continue to tell her story, what she has done, the places she's been, the things she's experienced. She has an amazing story to tell. And I think how many people who are in their 90s could share their blessings of life by sharing their story. And I know that if we live long enough, we get past the point where we are able to tell our stories. And then maybe the grace there is that you allow other people to care for you. You are there for people to show kindness and mercy and gentleness. And that too is a gift. I wish we could all see ourselves the way that God sees us. God doesn't judge us on our brokenness. God sees us in our wholeness. Like my friend who pointed out, though her body has increasing limitations, she is still who she has always been. That's who God sees in us and who we are asked to see in one another. So be kind, be gentle to yourself regardless of what birthday you're passing, because God loves you. God claimed you as God's own beloved child, exactly the way you are. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.